Is Iran planning a final, decisive attack to destroy Israel after the United States breaks the fragile ceasefire? Is Mojtaba Khamenei's blistering Hajj message a direct hint that Iran is preparing to wipe Israel off the map? By calling Israel a cancerous tumor nearing its end, is Tehran's top leader openly telling the world that Israel is heading toward its final collapse? Iran's Supreme Leader Mojtaba Khamenei issued a grave warning against Israel on May 26, publishing a forceful message timed for the Hajj pilgrimage. In that message, Mojtaba warned bluntly that Israel would not exist within 15 years, a prediction framed as a firm time frame. No image or audio recording of Mojtaba Khamenei has been released since his appointment as Supreme Leader. Mojtaba's message explicitly referenced similar remarks made a decade earlier by his father, Ali Khamenei, tying the claim to past rhetoric. A decade ago, the former Iranian Supreme Leader is quoted as saying that Israel would not see the next 25 years. The recent message reminded listeners. Mojtaba's statement also described Israel as a cancerous tumor, now approaching its final stages. The shaky Zionist regime and the cancerous tumor of Israel are also approaching the final stages of their ill-fated life, and by the grace of God and in accordance with the decisive and unwavering determination of the past year, the great leader, the martyr, Quds Allah, the most merciful, will not see the day 25 years after that date, God willing. For this reason, this year, the issue of disavowal from polytheists is doubly important, and the depth and scope of disavowal from America and the Zionist regime goes beyond the ritual of disavowal during the Hajj season and time. In different parts of Iran and the world, and after these blessed days, death to America and death to Israel will be the common slogan of the Islamic nation and the oppressed of the world, especially the youth. The future belongs to the Islamic nation and the new Islamic civilization, and each of us can play a role in realizing this future and getting closer to it, according to our efforts, capacity, and responsibility. Iranian pilgrims and pilgrims in this year's Hajj have an effective and prominent role in telling the story of the victory of the third imposed war to their other Muslim brothers and sisters and giving them hope for a bright future. I ask all dear pilgrims to pray for the hastening of the Savior of humanity, may God hasten his return, and to pray for the unity of the Islamic nation, the liberation of Palestine and Al-Aqsa Mosque, the removal of the great difficulties of Muslims, and the achievement of final victory against global arrogance, and to include me in your prayers." Unquote. Even as peace talks continued, American forces launched fresh self-defense strikes inside southern Iran on May 25. A CENTCOM spokesperson confirmed the military operation, with Fox News reporting details surrounding the latest American action. Captain Tim Hawkins said, and I quote, "U.S. forces conducted self-defense strikes in southern Iran today to protect our troops from threats posed by Iranian forces. Targets included missile launch sites and Iranian boats attempting to emplace mines. U.S. Central Command continues to defend our forces while using restraint during the ongoing ceasefire." Unquote. The strikes reportedly targeted Bandar Abbas, Iran's critical naval hub and a major strategic military installation nationwide. The escalation followed Trump's earlier declaration announcing major combat operations against Iran beginning from February 28 this year. Washington claimed the operation specifically targeted threats posed against American troops, military assets, and regional strategic interests abroad. CENTCOM insisted the strikes were defensive measures designed to deter further attacks and protect American regional military operations. The renewed confrontation unfolded while Trump simultaneously pushed diplomatic efforts aimed at securing a broader nuclear agreement with Tehran.
We took that over in one day, and we lost no one. In Operation Epic Fury, we lost 13 wonderful souls, wonderful, special people. These incredible men and women gave their lives to ensure that the world's #1 state sponsor of terror will never have a nuclear weapon. Oh, and they won't. They will never have a nuclear weapon. I'm sure you know that.
This came as Washington maintained a blockade on Iran until negotiations conclude one way or the other, according to Trump. Trump also signaled a softer tone regarding Iran's enriched uranium stockpile through a recent Truth Social post online. The US president said he prefers Iran's uranium be destroyed locally or under strict international supervision elsewhere internationally. Reports suggest Iran is seeking guarantees from China and may consider relocating enriched uranium stockpiles there for security. Donald Trump said, and I quote, the enriched uranium will either be immediately turned over to the United States to be brought home and destroyed, or preferably, in conjunction and coordination with the Islamic Republic of Iran, destroyed in place or at another acceptable location, with the Atomic Energy Commission, or its equivalent, being witness to this process and event." Unquote. Iran International reported fatalities on Larak Island after alleged American strikes intensified tensions near the strategic Strait of Hormuz. Iran International said, and I quote, "Several people were reported killed after what Iranian outlet SNN described as a US-Israeli attack on the southern part of Larak Island near the Strait of Hormuz early Monday local time." The report named 3 of the alleged victims as Abbas Islami, Godrat Zarangari, and Abdul Reza Golzari, though the total number of casualties remains unclear. There were also unconfirmed reports that those killed were affiliated with the IRGC. Unquote. Despite ceasefire extensions and ongoing diplomacy, relations between Washington and Tehran remain dangerously volatile as military tensions escalate.
$25 करोड़ गरीब गरीबी को परास्त करके बाहर निकले।
For the good of our nation, let's work together and let's truly make America great again.
The fastest news breaks.
Requested PM saying that look, you will have to speak to Putin and to Zelensky.
The biggest news makers.
The relationship with India is probably the most important bilateral relationship the US will have for the rest of this century.
The capital delivered quite an election result today.
Expert analysis.
The million-dollar question today is how to stop this dance of death.
Ground reports.
I'm standing at the crossroad of the Kumbh Mela. Behind me are more than 100 entry ghats.
Long-form interviews.
Exclusionary politics is reflected in Manipur case as well. You don't bother because this is a small state.
Deep dive into burning issues.
It's often said DRC could be the richest country in the whole world. It's because of what sits underneath.
Why exactly did the US topple the Sheikh Hasina government?
HT videos. We don't just break news, we break it down.